Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, I wanted to go over the Imprint October releases because they dropped some really cool announcements early yesterday morning, because I live in the States. That's Australia. It's like 14 hours ahead of me over there. So I always get their announcements like at very odd times. So I wake up in the morning, I see these announcements, and I honestly freaked out. Like, I was like, this is some really cool stuff that they're putting out. And there's two here that I am really contemplating getting and adding to the collection. Now, I will say with Imprint, it can get a little pricey. We're going to get on the actual Imprint website and look at this stuff so you can import it from their website if you live in the States, if you live in Europe. I believe if you live in Europe. But also you can wait until Diabolic DVD if you live in the States, or Orbit or Grindhouse gets these. Diabolic has already put out a statement saying they will have all of these titles on their website next week to be able to pre-order. And I believe it'll probably be a little bit cheaper if you go that route, because you're not going to have to pay the import costs. And I believe the actual prices will be a little bit cheaper than the Imprint website as well when they get them. So keep that in mind. But I will be linking all of these down below in the description from the actual Imprint Films website, because that's where they're available right now. And some of these are really, I feel like they're going to be really popular titles. They may go quick. I don't know. But I think that Diabolic probably already has their stake on a certain amount of these. But like the actual Imprint website, like they may run out as well. I don't know, because I feel like one title in particular may go very quickly. So I wanted to kind of dive into all the details on these, because Imprint, guys, look, I also just want to cover Imprint, do a little bit of a spotlight on them, because I don't talk about them enough. Like, I usually cover this stuff on the Physical Media Report, but I don't make specific videos about Imprint's announcements very often. And Criterion, sometimes I'll do videos on them. They did their announcements this week. Not very exciting. And I think these Imprint announcements compared to the Criterion announcements are really just leaps and bounds ahead. So I wanted to do a specific video on the Imprint announcements and just kind of let you know that this stuff is out there. If you want to pre-order some of these premium editions from other countries, like these labels, like, yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more, but they're doing some really cool stuff in Australia and also in the UK with Second Sight Films. And there's a lot of cool stuff going on in the world of physical media, not just in the US with the labels that we have. So let me blow this up a little bit. Before I get into it, though, like, comment, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. I'm going to put myself down in the corner right now. I'm on the Imprint website, or not website, but I'm on the Instagram page right now. So I wanted to go through just the overview of these titles, what they announced for October. Just some really cool stuff, guys. Really cool stuff. But this is the Imprint October releases. I'm going to go through them real quick, but first things first, we got Suspiria 2018, not the original Dario Argento film, but the one that came out 2018, the remake directed by Luca Guadagnino. And this is a really awesome box set. And this is a 4K. And I don't know, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I've seen Imprints do a 4K. I've seen Viavision put out 4Ks. They've got one of American Psycho coming soon, but I don't know if I've seen Imprints, the sub-label of Viavision, do a 4K before. I could be wrong, but I feel like this might be the first. But this is Suspiria 2018, and you also got a Blu-ray. This is a 3-disc set. So I imagine the 4K is on one disc. You got the Blu-ray, the movie on one disc, and then you also got the special features on a disc as well, which there's a lot of special features. We'll get into that when we get to the actual website. But yeah, Suspiria 2018, really nice looking box set right there. And next up, guys, this is really cool. This is the one I feel like will sell out like super quick, because one of these movies I don't think has a Blu-ray. Like, it may have a illegitimate Blu-ray, like a boot. What am I trying to say? Bootleg Blu-ray. I almost said I was trying to say boutique, but I couldn't say bootleg. That's what I wanted to say. Bootleg Blu-ray. Sorry, guys. These are just very off the cuff because I'm not editing this. So if I screw up, I apologize. It just is what it is. But Blair Witch Project 2, The Book of Shadows, which I do not think has a Blu-ray anywhere else in the world. I think this is the first time on Blu-ray, at least legitimate Blu-ray. I know it doesn't have a Blu-ray in the States. It may have one in France or Germany or Italy. I don't know. But Imprint is putting out Book of Shadows on Blu-ray in this set with the original. I wish they would also included, the remake to sweeten the pot, but we'll get into that a little bit further in a second, and I'll kind of look through the special features and everything. But really cool. We got Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2 on Blu-ray, and then we got the original Blair Witch in this nice box set with a cool symbol on the front. And we also got the Antichrist. I believe this has a Kino release, but cool to see Imprint get this one, just a standard Blu-ray. Superstition looks like a really cool movie as well. I think that has a Shout release also, but really cool looking box set. We got Death Valley. I'm not too familiar with this movie, if it's got a release anywhere else, but it looks pretty cool. And then lastly, we got this Roman Polanski box set, which looks really awesome. I think this is, more of his like genre type films in this box set. There's a documentary on Roman Polanski, Wanted and Desired, in this set. We got The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp. We've got Death and the Maiden, and we also got Bitter Moon in this box set. So this is a collection of his films from 1992 to 1999. Maybe that's the theme. It's the 90s Roman Polanski films. But some really cool stuff, guys. But let me get off the Imprints page, and then we'll get on the actual Imprint website and check this stuff out. So it's on, this Imprint is a sub-label of Viavision. So I believe that this is on the Viavision website, but it's on Imprint. I think Imprint is linked to the Viavision website. So if you look up Viavision, if you look up Imprint, you'll find this website, but I'll link everything down below in the description. So first off, you can get all 6 of these titles, and I do have this converted to US dollars. You can get all 6 of these titles for $254.64. Now, if you pre-order that, I've never pre-ordered from the Imprint website. I've always got their stuff off of Diabolic or Orbit. So I am not 100% how much the shipping cost is if you live in the States. I imagine it's probably, for a package like that, it's probably at least 20 to 30 bucks. So that may cost you close to $300 if you want to get all of these releases, which is very steep, guys. It is very steep. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're going to pay money if you want to import this stuff from Australia, but they are quality releases. They are good releases. So let me go down to the bottom, and we'll get into Suspiria 2018 specifically. And when I click on it, it loses my conversion. So I think this one was $73, but it's 109.95 Australian, but it's $73 in the US. Let me read this down here. Any pre-order titles will be dispatched in the week leading up to its aforementioned release dates. Special features and artwork are subject to change. Okay, so this comes out on October the 30th. So they're saying that they'll dispatch it, or they're supposed to dispatch it a week before that. So October the 23rd. So like I said, I don't have a ton of experience pre-ordering from Imprint, but taking a closer look at this box set, like I said, really cool artwork. You got the 4K of the movie, you got the Blu-ray of the movie, and you also got the Blu-ray with the special features as well. So I do want to talk about this real quick. I almost forgot. Let me make myself just a little bit bigger for you guys, but I do have the Blu-ray of Suspiria 2018. This never got a 4K in the States. I believe it got a 4K in overseas, maybe like an Italian 4K or a German 4K. I can't quite remember, but so I do have the Blu-ray release. I was looking at the back of this, and I think I remembered this, but this is an Amazon Studios produced film that was put out by Lionsgate. This Blu-ray was put out by Lionsgate. So when I first looked at this, the side of it, because I'm trying to figure out, like, should I import this? Should I just wait for United States 4K release of this if it'll come? And I saw Lionsgate, and I'm like, well, maybe they'll do a 4K steelbook, at some point with some really cool artwork. Maybe I can wait for that. But then I saw Amazon Studios on the back, and I looked on the Wikipedia page for Suspiria, and Lionsgate's nowhere to be found. So I don't know if this is like a one-off. Lionsgate just put this one out for them. So I don't know if we would get a Lionsgate steelbook at any point, because I don't know if Lionsgate owns the rights to this film. I think it's just still Amazon Studios. So maybe they would have Warner Brothers put out the 4K or something, but I'm just not going to worry about it. I'll probably end up getting this 4K release because it's a really cool box set. But I was just trying to figure out, like, if this one will come out. And I don't think this one will come out from Lionsgate on 4K. I think this Blu-ray was kind of a one-off release. And I need to look and see if this is still in print, because I don't ever see this one show up anywhere on like deal pages or anything like that. So I need to look this up and see if it's still Imprint. But this has special features that are on this release. So if you get this release, you're going to have everything that was on this Blu-ray release from back in the day. But I just thought that that was worth pointing out. That's the only release that we have currently in the States. Let me make this bigger again. So right here, guys, like I said, you got the box set. We'll kind of scroll down. Limited edition 4K UHD, Blu-ray, 3-disc hard box with art cards, including brand new special features. 1,500 copies only. So they're only doing 1,500 copies of this, which, it could sell out. I don't know. This is from director Luca Guadagnino. I don't know if I talked about this remake yet, but I love this movie. I think it's a great film. It's got Dakota Johnson in it. It's also got Mia Goth in it as well, who's kind of blown up in the X trilogy now, but she was a little bit unknown when this movie came out. But I think this is a great horror remake. I think it's one of the better horror remakes. It just kind of takes the original premise of the Dario Argento film and just kind of twists it and tweaks it in a way that makes it feel wholly different than the original. So I love this remake. I think it's fantastic, but it's directed by Luca Guadagnino, who did the film Challengers recently. He did Bones and All, I think a couple of years ago. Call Me by Your Name, which was nominated for Best Picture. So he's kind of all over the map when it comes to his movies, but like he's a very visually stunning director. So this is a movie that's going to look fantastic on 4K because it just looks great. It's a great looking movie in general. But you got disc 1, 4K UHD. You got a new audio commentary right there on the 4K. This has HDR10, doesn't have Dolby Vision, but it does have Dolby Atmos. And I think this Blu-ray also has Dolby Atmos. But you also have the 5.1 and you also have the 2.0 as well. On the Blu-ray, you have the new audio commentary. You have Dolby Atmos, 5.1, 2.0 as well. On disc 3, you have a new video essay with Italian film critic. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, guys. New interview with editor Walter Fensano. You got new Suspiria's Three Fathers, Argento, Fassbender, and Guadagnino. Video essay by author and film scholar Alexandra Heller-Nicholas. So, like I said, she's on everything. She's on this release as well. New Tom York Spells, the music of Suspiria. Video essay by film writer Philip Jeffrey. So, the score in this movie, guys, by Tom York is fantastic. I wouldn't say it's as good as the Goblin score or as iconic as the Goblin score from the original, but it's great. It is a great score, and I think kind of iconic in its own right. Yeah, I can't put over this movie enough. I really love the Suspiria remake, and I think this is a really cool box set. You got 4 new features. You got a new audio commentary. So $73 US for this, $110 if you live in Australia. But let's back out and let's go into the Blair Witch Collection Book of Shadows. Like I said, really cool box set right there with both. You got both movies in there. Would have been cool if they got the remake. But this kind of shows you a closer image of the actual sets. So yeah, that's going to look really nice on the shelf. Now, what I will say about this, guys, before we get into the special features, there are people in Blu-ray forums, and I've seen it on Instagram and I've seen it on Twitter, saying that you should not buy this release. They're saying you should not buy this release because Second Sight is supposedly working on a release, and there's also a release of the first one, like a really special edition release coming from Lionsgate sometime in the fall. But the rumors of Second Sight working on a box set does give me pause. When it comes to purchasing this, because I feel like Second Sight would probably do all 3. I feel like they would do the Blair Witch, they would do Book of Shadows, and they would also do the remake, put it in a box set. I don't know if they're going to do 4K or not. Blair Witch, I don't know if Blair Witch needs a 4K. I don't know if I need Blair Witch on 4K. Maybe the second one because it's an actual cinematic movie, whereas the first Blair Witch is found footage and the remake is found footage. And I've said this before. It's I will say that 4K can benefit any movie except for found footage, because really, what are you enhancing? You're enhancing the raw videotape, the rawness of what the movie's supposed to look like. That's what it's supposed to look like. It's not supposed to be enhanced. So I don't know if I want to see that in 4K. But the idea of Second Sight working on a box set of the Blair Witch Project, it'll probably be a little bit cheaper as well, is really intriguing. So I don't want to get this and then that gets announced. So that kind of sucks. I wish that Second Sight would just come out and say whether or not they're doing it or not. But I do want to throw that out there. That is something that I'm seeing. I don't know how legitimate that is or not, but But yeah, we're just talking about this for today. So this is a $69.95 in Australian dollars. Let me back out because it's 46.88. So this one isn't like super expensive to get both of these. But like I said, so the second sight box set will probably be close to the same price. But you got limited edition, 2 disc hard box, including brand new special features. Disc one, you have the Blair Witch Project 1999 imprint collection. There's a new audio commentary by Matt Blasi, author of 8 Days in the Woods, The Making of the Blair Witch Project. Now, what I will say also, I think the person that they put on this for the new audio commentary, he's come out on social media and said that he did not approve that commentary to be on this release, which is really interesting. Or he did not do a commentary for this release, so he doesn't know what they're talking about when it comes to his name next to a commentary in this release. So that's pretty interesting. The fact that he's coming out saying, "Hey, Imprint didn't even reach out to me. I didn't even give them approval to put my name on this release, but yet I'm on this release." So definitely pretty interesting. But you got another audio commentary here. You got Curse of the Blair Witch, the documentary. So that's pretty cool. The 44-minute documentary on the movie, the Blair Witch Legacy featurette. So there's some good stuff there. But like I said, there's supposed to be like some kind of super special Blair Witch edition coming from Lionsgate at some point. Like the directors tweeted that out. He said that. So we may be getting something better over here in the States for that. Now, I don't know if Book of Shadows will be included. So that's the only thing. If you want Book of Shadows, maybe this is your only shot to get it unless Second Sight does it. But Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2000, imprint collection 358. So Book of Shadows is, I remember watching this in 2000 and just thinking it was horrible. So I had never rewatched it since, but the idea of getting to go back and rewatch this one actually intrigues me. So, and I'm just a completionist when it comes to the franchise. I can't stand having that steelbook with the original and the remake and not having the second one in there as well. Like I just want the entire franchise if I'm going to have something. So the Book of Shadows is in this. And you have a new interview with director on this as well. So there's a couple of new interviews here. New interview with director of photography on here. You got more new special features to be continued, I guess. So they're going to have another. They're going to have more special features, is what they're saying. So you got 2 audio commentaries as well. Soundtrack trailer, secrets, featurette, Shadow of the Blair Witch documentary, Burkittsville 7 documentary. So you got 2 documentaries on here. This looks like a pretty stacked release on Blair Witch 2 at least. But you know, the first one just got that new audio commentary that person didn't even give approval for. So but this is it's a cool looking box set for sure. It's just one that I'm kind of like, should I get this or should I wait for a potential announcement from Second Sight? But what if that announcement doesn't come? It's physical media collector problems at the end of the day, guys, is what it is. But let me go ahead and back it up and we'll get into the next one. We got the Antichrist right here. This is 2342 US dollars. So really cool looking release. I don't want to zoom in on that because they're showing a little nudity right there. But like I said, this has a Kino Lorber release, I'm pretty sure, but this is a new 4K restoration. It's on a Blu-ray disc, so it's not a 4K, but it's a new 4K restoration of the film. Italian horror cult hit The Antichrist comes to Blu-ray in a brand new 4K restoration, brand new special features. You got a new audio commentary by Kat Ellinger. You also got a past audio commentary by critic Lee Gambin, Sally Christie, new interview with actor Remo Gironi, new video essay on the director of the film. You got new Too Vulgar, A Display of Power, the enduring phenomenon of Exorcist ripoff. So I guess it's an Exorcist ripoff, but this is a video essay. So really cool. You got new commentary. You got 2 new features or a new interview, and then you got 2 video essays. So, and then you got some past archival special features also. So yeah, I'm going to have to look into this one, Antichrist, and maybe check that one out at some point. And now we'll go ahead and jump into Superstition. So this one is also 23 bucks. So I don't feel like I've heard a lot about this one. I know it has a Shout Factory release, and I think I've seen people show it off and stuff, but it's a cool box set. It says it's an 80s slasher that has a supernatural twist from legendary producer Mario Kassar, First Blood, Terminator 2. So this is somebody with a pedigree and some great films. We got a new audio commentary here. You got new Season of the Witch, Supernatural Slashers, video essay by author and editor-in-chief of Diabolic Magazine, Kat Ellinger. So you got a new audio commentary. You got a new video essay. So really cool stuff there. But yeah, I haven't seen this movie, so I can't say that I can't say too much about this one, Superstition, but looks pretty cool. Like all of these, honestly, like look cool and would be releases that I would want to potentially own. So we got Death Valley right here. Maybe I should just get the bundle at this point. Death Valley, Not Even a Scream Escapes. So cool looking box set. You got brand new features here as well. So this is a 1080p high definition presentation on Blu-ray. Audio commentary by director Dick Richards. New The Rise and Fall of the Studio Slasher. Video essay by film historian Jarrett Gahan. So that sounds pretty interesting. And then you got a new interview with composer Dana Keproff. So looks like a good release right there. You got Death Valley. Guess it's a slasher film from 1982. We also got this Roman Polanski box set right here. So I'm going to kind of scroll through these images. Some really cool looking images. I believe like I think I have Bitter Moon. Do I have Bitter Moon? I think I have I feel like I have like a Kino release of Bitter Moon. I don't know. I could be wrong. But this is close up images of the covers. So this one has Sigourney Weaver. Then you got The Ninth Gate, which I've heard people talk about this one and say it's a really good Johnny Depp movie. And then you got Roman Polanski, Wanted and Desired right there as well. So just scrolling down, this is a 5-disc Blu-ray limited edition hard box with booklet packed with brand new special features, 1,500 copies only. Includes a bonus disc with 2008 feature-length documentary Roman Polanski, Wanted and Desired, plus an exclusive booklet with essays from film critic Sean Burns on Bitter Moon. So it looks like you got a lot of good stuff here. On Bitter Moon, you have a new interview with actress Emmanuel Segner, and you got a new audio commentary on that one. On Death and the Maiden, you got a new interview with Ariel Dorfman, author of Death and the Maiden, and you got more new special features to be continued or to be announced. You also got The Ninth Gate right here. You got 2 discs on this set. So this is the one it looks like they did a lot of work with. You got a new audio commentary by author Troy Hayworth. You got a new audio commentary by David Huckvale. You got a new video essay by critic Sally Christie. You got an audio commentary by the director Roman Polanski. On disc 2, you got a new interview with actress. You got a new interview with actor James Russo. You got a new encyclopedia set to, I can't even pronounce anything, guys. Satan Ika. What am I doing anymore, guys? What is life? New insight. I feel like they set me up for failure with some of these titles. Interview feature with occult author Gary Lackman, author writer Mitch Horowitz, and occult collector author Brandon Hodge. So that's a new interview feature. We got a new occult classics analysis of film and score with David Huckvale, and we got new Lucifer's version slideshow of books illustrations with commentary by David Huckvale. So in conversation with Roman Polanski as well, feature. So that thing's packed. Like that thing is packed. Video essays, commentaries, new interviews. So they really did that one up. And then you got Roman Polanski, Wanted and Desired, which is the feature-length documentary, and it's got some special features on it as well. So that's it, guys. Look, that's the Roman Polanski box set. I'm gonna back out of this. And again, show you the full picture. You can get the bundle right here as well. So just some really cool stuff coming out of Imprint in October, guys. So I felt the need to get on here and go over it with you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button. Like I said, I will be linking all of these down below in the description. Hit the subscribe button. Comment down below if you're interested in any of these titles. What do you think of them? Let me know. Turn on bell notifications for all future videos, and we'll see you next time.